you're going to enjoy. So my definition or my understanding of humanity, besides the actions that are done by humans, it starts in their brains. It starts in the way that in their thinking capacity. So I always get a way around the way that we think. So my first poem is entitled Dogmatization. Enjoy. Yes, this is empirical data constructed from pure dogmatism, theories and fear, and pure logic running away, experience overtaking shared observations, and wisdom knocking on our doors in smiles of a hello face. Will we face this as the new sense of reason? For what reason? In which season? Rationality, rationing our attention attentively, will we escape this self-made trap? Evidently hibernating from ourselves, which kind of an interaction is this? If we do not respect ourselves, and how would anyone expect us to respect another? Objectivity has been subjectively abused before our eyes in all our cheers. Like cheerleaders, our focus area is too limited and constrained to neck-tight hold, like a skin-tight cold, weather or weathering. What are we really keeping away from ourselves? What are we really keeping away from ourselves? Thank you. Then the second poem, I'm always inspired by Dr. Hiram Naro. He's an amazing guy. When I met him at Bridgewater, it was the first time that I met someone advocating poetry for food. And it's just amazing. I never thought of writing anything about hunger or about food. So these days, here and there, I write about food. Blessings be to Dr. Hiram. So the second poem is entitled, We Are the Solution. Enjoy. Food comes from God. God must be honored. Climate change being our modern day concern, we people must behave. For farmers and all producers of food, yes, we cry out for employment, market expansion, and food for all. Intoxicating food, disease-causing food at the expense of who is making millions and billions out of this. We shun away from our lives. We close our doors. Policymakers, please help us in this issue. Why should millions and millions of dollars be stocked somewhere for whatever reason at the expense of millions and millions of people dying of hunger? Hunger is not a state of mind. It is a reality. According to Ellen Davis, the Israelites almost rejected God because of hunger. Can you imagine? Eradication of hunger comes out of love and believing in the future. We can't be sick at the same time hungry. Lord, deliver healing and abundance in us and for us. Our brains united in the name of all our nations, is all that we are lacking to deal with this life-threatening disease called hunger. Like Isaac, money we have, food we have, machinery we have, and good weather we have, we still have. What is it that we don't have? What is it that we don't have to eradicate hunger? What is it that we don't have? What is it that we don't have to eradicate hunger? Thank you. My last poem, it was one of the winning poems from Bridgewater. So it's in this book, We Are the Residents here. And I'll post also, I've got a book which is called Mental Gymnastics by VaChikepe, the poet. It's on Amazon. So anytime you can just get that book, I'll send my link as well. It's called Mental Gymnastics by VaChikepe, the poet. So my last poem for today is entitled Emotional Historians and the Real Timers. Enjoy. These funny people cracking their own jokes in their own laughter. Surprisingly, in times of laughter, they do not laugh. They cry sorrow and agony. They are so strict to their belief. They move like robots, and in haste they move as if a certain force is pushing them. Memory is all their friend, and past they continue to torment in search of answers they never asked in time. Reality they shun away, and advice they throw in rubbish bins. Open your heart with all its colors. These people will smash it down like a night whistling creepy cricket. They can blame you for your expression. You have no right to say this to me. They can shout at you. So you are saying, I am this. They furiously rain saliva on your face, and they can even burn you to their chambers. What is simple in others' eyes is the most difficult thing for them. In peace, they condemn themselves and move around searching for different ways that can lead them to tears and sorrow. The only time when you meet these people is when they come to your life. When you try to meet them in their life, they close all doors and leave no sign of life. When you try to meet them half the way, you meet yourself and eventually wave goodbye to yourself if you're lucky not to go back with scars of misconduct and distress from their volcanic actions that points everyone as the devil that was once met. I do not think this is really how these people are, but being victims of emotional distress, stirred up in a pot of darker forces. From their happy moments, a beautiful baby soul brightens up their face and lights up all candles of life around them. But from a sound of a directed clap, they can change like weather and stir up lightning and thunder. Sometimes I smile. To them, smiles are for the weak and defeated from any incident they do not tolerate. Reading notes of history, you will not miss them. In present presentations, you will not find them. Busy picking different powerful words from conversations only to prove a point for their historical ideologies. Ideologies that never work, for they hardly finish their ideological hypothesis. And reality is exclusively opposite their ideologies. Would they point a beautiful future for themselves? Try would they can't. Their historical wagons are so heavy with unfinished myths and mysteries soaked in sorrow, depression, and bitterness. Detach from your past, my beloved, and live life. Bury your ugly history for the comfort of the present day and more beautiful days to come. For few problems are aligned with the future, and From the past problems come the past from the future. Real time is better than recycled life. Thank you.